Yonder spoilers: Sharon is on the brink of darkness. As her life becomes more complicated, especially with the appearance of Cameron Kirsten, she is gradually pushed to the edge of no return. Cameron, with his ruthless efforts and sophisticated tricks, has made Sharon begin to doubt herself, lost in the shadow of evil. The story begins when Sharon has a terrifying nightmare about Daniel being injured. The image of Daniel bleeding haunts her in her sleep, and when she wakes up, Sharon feels extremely panicked. This leads her to seek Cameron to share, because Cameron is the only person who seems to understand her deepest fears. But what Sharon does not expect is that Cameron will take advantage of that nightmare to push her further down the path of sin. Cameron not only comforts Sharon but also gives her some somewhat cruel advice. He emphasizes that the dream is not just a warning but also a sign of what Sharon needs to do. "Don't hesitate," Cameron said, "you crossed the line when Faith's life was in danger. Daniel doesn't mean anything to you, does he? If you did it to me, you can do it to Daniel." Although Cameron was just a manifestation of Sharon's fears and insanity, his words became increasingly convincing. Cameron even brought up proof of Sharon's abilities, his bloody shirt from a previous encounter with him. He reminded Sharon that if she could hurt him, she could do it again, this time to Daniel. Sharon, though shaken, was still hesitant. She wasn't sure if she could hurt Daniel, who had been such an important part of her life. All of this was going through Sharon's mind as she tried to sort out right from wrong, reality from fantasy. Cameron's death was once seen as a relief, but now he's back, inexplicably present in Sharon's mind, disturbing her sanity. But things will enter a new phase when Cameron convinces Sharon to go further. This dramatic episode will mark a major turning point in the story, as Cameron continues to pressure Sharon, forcing her to confront the darker aspects of herself. In a tense conversation, Cameron uses psychological tactics to make Sharon feel that revenge on Daniel is the only option. "Don't let yourself get caught in that dream," Cameron says. "You can control everything. If you're afraid of being caught, there are ways to avoid it. Don't take the hard road. There are easier ways to get rid of Daniel without having to take responsibility." Along with that, a new photo was revealed, showing Sharon holding a vial of dangerous liquid in her hand, and Cameron standing next to her, trying to convince her to act. Whether it was poison or some kind of anesthetic like chloroform, what Cameron wanted was clear: he was encouraging Sharon to use it to finish Daniel off. The pressure was mounting on Sharon by the minute, as Cameron kept pushing her to the limit. He manipulated her emotions, using her inner fears and guilt to convince Sharon that revenge was the only path she could take. Cameron's words were like arrows shooting straight into Sharon's mind, making her gradually believe that her bloody dream of Daniel had to come true. "You don't have to worry," Cameron whispered. "You did it once. You can do it again. Make him suffer, make him pay for what he did to you. Just one small act, and it will all be over." A series of questions appeared in Sharon's mind. Is she really brave enough to go this far? Is putting Daniel in danger really the right thing to do? Sharon has made reckless decisions in the past, but this time, things may be different. She is standing on the thin line between evil and redemption. Ultimately, Sharon will be faced with a life or death choice. Will she listen to Cameron and commit a heinous act, or will she find a way to escape the darkness that has enveloped her life? All of these questions lead to a dramatic explosion in the upcoming episode, when Sharon faces the biggest decision of her life. This is not just a story of revenge, but also a journey of exploring the complex psychology of Sharon, who is gradually becoming a darker version of herself. Moral challenges, internal conflicts, and external pressures will have viewers asking, how long will Sharon continue down this path, and is there a way back for her? This tense episode will keep viewers glued to the screen as Sharon gets closer than ever to taking a step she may never be able to take back. Subscribe to Yonder for the latest news on our channel.